Dominus vobiscum.
Et cum spiritu tuo. Benedicamus
take your phones to www.opwestlaity.org.
Yeah, looks great, John. It really
Looking good?
Yeah, I like the way the formation's laid out on it.
Yeah, it's helpful. Alejandro put that together and is putting it together gradually. As we collect information, she loads it on there.
Oh, yeah.
We're not convened yet. I just want to. If you look at, Father brought up the regional meetings we're having, and on the front page of that, I've posted the plenary indulgence in the honor of St. Thomas Aquinas. And this kind of gives you a little bit of background on the indulgence and what indulgences are. If you want to really dive in that deep, there it is. But it kind of gives you the Master of the Order's background, letter on it, and it's helpful. I had posted on our chapter website, and I thought maybe it'd be helpful here. And I have, this is an example of what our objective is as CBC, is to make sure that when we have information that can benefit all of the chapters, we load it on here and it becomes a resource to you. We found links to books and articles that are very valuable to the laity, and so this will grow over time, and as we get this loaded, it will become more and more of an asset to your chapter. And you can reference it as well. So that's the one. I think we're all together. We've got maybe a couple more.
What's the site again? The address for that?
It's opwestlaity.org. The old one that we're going to put to sleep is opwestlaity.com. And all of the information on that website is now loaded on the new one. Now, why did we change, real quick, as we get back together, I'll just tell you, it's because the old one could not contain all of the information that we want to put on it. And we had to hire someone to load it, which we have. Logan?
What web service are you using?
On the old one, I don't recall. It's the webmaster who was Helen, the guy, and does a great job in the newsletter. It's that she was paying somebody to load things on it. And the new one is ecatholic.com, and it's wildly popular with parishes. It's not super expensive, and it's very easy to load things and type things into it. So it's very functional for people like me. Maybe not like Calvin.
If we have something to share on this, then, is there, what's the best way to do that? Is there...
Get it to Alejandra. Yeah, she'll load it. And if you run into resources, that's really what we're looking for. And she will order it put it in order. She has a great idea and ideas on how to do that. And we'll have places to put resources for chapters. Logan?
I don't know if Mother of Mercy chapter is from our province.
Say that again?
I don't know if Mother of Mercy chapter is from...
His chapter?
Mother of Mercy chapter has a website that has...
That's his chapter.
Are you talking about St. Margaret of Castello?
No, Mother Mercy on.
Mother Mercy, isn't that your?
No, pardon.
What's the website?
I have it here, let me pull it up. They have all the rule, all the different parts of the rule and everything.
Oh, that's on our website as well. So,
That must be it.
yeah.
Okay.
Let's see it then, sorry.
No, it's good. Is it,
Wait a minute, let him give it to us.
It's called Mother Mercy Chapter online, mothermercychapter.com.
I don't know if that's a Western provincial chapter, is it?
I'm not sure.
I don't
It
believe.
was given to me by Garth from the Our Lady of the Rosary chapter.
Wonderful, yeah. Great.
So, can we put that on our brochure?
Yes, you can put it on, or if you have a chapter
Rhode
website, you
Island.
can put both.
Rhode Island.
Yeah, not a
Now, part of the vision for me is that the Dominican chapter, the Boise chapter is DominicanIdaho.org. It has a library and all kinds of stuff on it. And we've been working on it for 8 years, so it's naturally going to have a lot of stuff. The objective is not just that, but to be of value to all of the chapters, not just a single one. To be a powerful resource for that. So our website, the new one is opwestlady.org.
We're hoping to put on an email for each chapter on the website as well, for a point of contact. I think this was brought up a year or two ago. So if you have those emails for the chapter, please let me know so I can add it to the website, so that people can contact you if they're looking for a chapter near them.
Right. I mean, it's a very, some chapters, like Idaho's has its chapter at DominicanIdaho.org, and that goes to the council so we can respond to it. Some chapters have literally chapter emails where they just blank out everybody. If you have a chapter contact that you want on our website, then send it to Alejandra, and she'll post that contact information. And if you go to that website now, you'll see Idaho's website link and the chapter link. The reason why that is just to sit there as an example. We want to do that same thing for everybody. Have a link for the email, and if you have a chapter website providing a link. It's an amazing reality that those who type in, just like Nevada, chapters, Dominican, it'll pop up. That's the thing that we want.
Alejandra, what's your email address? This is Sam.
Wait a minute.
He's gonna write it
Just
down.
write it in.
It's on the website.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's on the website.
That's great now.
Go ahead.
ADARAJ
Do you want to write?
AS 174 @gmail.com.
Never would have guessed.
Huh?
Never would have guessed. Never would have guessed.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking 74. Back in 2004.
Any other-
Baraja is my last name.
Everybody has yours.
I actually spelled it.
Yeah. He said, I said it to you.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
Good job.
Thank you. Okay, any other questions about the website?
Yeah.
Okay, we have just a quick note. Is Carolyn here? Not here. She's the one that runs the website, or the Dominican store. That's saintdominicstore.com. Both S's too, on St. Dominic's without the apostrophe, but saintdominicstore.com. She's the one doing the store over here, and you can find the articles online and use that resource for fulfilling your needs in your chapter. That's saintdominicstore.com. She's not here. The other,
Is she coming?
she's coming.
Okay.
The other two quickly, one is DEEP, the Dominican Education or English Enrichment Program, where we send teachers to Vietnam. We Mike Turner, who is from Boise, has been working on that for 6-7 years now. We've had a couple of years where we sent teachers over. Mike went over this last January and February to teach the Vincentians, and at this point, we're going to find out next year if the Dominican Priory over there wants us to return. So that's pending. Donations are coming in for that, and that's good. But we are still exploring its use. 3W is another charity. Helen Nagayan, I spoke with her yesterday.
It's pronounced like when.
Yeah,
It's
when.
not like when.
Yeah. Helen Wynn.
Helen Wynn. That's like French to some people. I'm sorry. It doesn't mean in your mind, I guess that's the problem. I'm sorry. That's good. Okay.
That's an open mic up there, John.
Hot Mike.
Being truthful. No, it's nothing against everybody. I'm part French and I can pronounce it. I can't speak it very well. And even that I destroy when I try to pronounce it. Long story short is let's move on. And 3W is a women's clinic in Seattle. We've been gifting anywhere between $750 and $850 per year. Helen, and you said when, I spoke to her yesterday on the phone. She's also the newsletter editor. And they have quite a challenge. They've got quite a challenge up there. I want you to know that what we give to them helps them, and she was very thankful. She's a very bright, gleeful, focused person with children at home. I think 1 or 2 children. And not long married, and very good executive in that. So it's just thankful to have women and men like that in place that are needed. The good news with regard to the newsletter, lastly, is that there's a new one coming up in the next month. And what I'm trying to encourage, if you have anything you need that you want to say or write or give a report about your chapter, then get those to Helen. I will get her email address up on the board. The second thing is I've actually been asked by 2 friars about a former newsletter we had. It was called Truth Be Told. And Mark Gross, who's in retirement, moved back east. He's willing to put that together again and use it as a supplement to the current newsletter. It's going to be much more smaller than it was in the past, but we're going to resurrect that because there's been so much good comments about it in the past. The prior newsletters are, for instance, on this website, the new website, the old ones, and he published them for 11 years, truth be told. So that finishes that. Now, Alejandra, did you have anything else you wanted to say with regard to the website or how to make sure things get on or anything like that outside?
No, just email me. If you have any ideas, let me know. I was having trouble kind of naming the different groups on the website. So if you have different ideas, let me know. And I can help go through it if you need to.
Is it case sensitive? The website, is it case sensitive?
No. But it is, remember, .org. The old one is .com. Yeah.
The reason why we're using that is because opwest.org is the provincial website. So we're just adding laity at the end, .org. So it's just a mere reflection of that. Someday maybe we'll get it hooked in there. I don't know yet. We're working on that. The next is the treasurer's report in the order of things. And
John,
pardon? Oh, Carolyn, do you have
That's
a
business.
recording when we get on the store? Carolyn is from the Boise chapter, and I can't say enough. I don't want to embarrass her.
I don't agree, but thank you.
She's not embarrassed.
I just realized that I see the front, I keep thinking of the back, so that is really.
That's your seat.
Yeah, that's me, sorry. But I'm back there and I'm leaving the gift shop. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Carol.
Thank you for all of your support, and I know today's going to be a busy day. This is the one that there you go. Wanted to, if you don't have this book, it's on the prophets of that liturgy, the hours. And it's great. I use it and I love it. It's all about the Dominican saints. And you use it with your breviary, your whatever you use, Divine Office or your forward 4 volumes. But it's all about the Dominican saints, and it's wonderful. It gives you a lot of information about the saints of that day. And the antiphons, some of them have the antiphons go into it further. But it's very, very good, very helpful thing. But it's not left alone. It has to be left, it has to be used with the Divine Office. And this year, what I use is, I always have to go back to my
Let me hold it up for people.
my phone.
It's blue.
I always have to go back to my phone to find the Magnificat or the Canticle Zechariah. So I have these cards made out, and I've got them in each one of the books. If you already have the book, pick one up. They're free. It's just a convenience for the book. Thank you.
So it's called Prophets of the Order of Preachers. Prophets for the Order of Preachers.
This is the large edition. There's also a pocket, a smaller edition, but it's kind of hard to read.
I was gonna say, I have the smaller version and it's hard on the eyes, so you need the bigger one.
Yeah.
Don't get the little one.
And it opens better. The smaller one, the margins are real close to the edge, so it's just,
It's hard to read.
when you get older, you want to. Anyway, I got several more books. Some of them are hot off the press, they're new. I tried to keep them updated, and so we have good variety up here, so scan through and see what you want, okay?
And all the
Thank you. We can see.
all the objects, the statues and.
Oh, the statues, yeah, the artist, Michael Dante does these fantastic statues. And in Venetia, there's huge life-size statues. I mean, he does international work, beautiful. And he has given these for us to sell for $200 a piece. He sells them normally for $600. So they are really good. As high as they are very good. He does absolutely meticulous work. It takes them 2 months to finish a statue, just all of the detail. But they're wonderful. And we have 2 big life-size framed pictures in there of St. Catherine of Siena this year. And they cost us a bundle too. Good framing. But that picture is on canvas, and it's a picture. It's not lithograph or anything, but it's a beautiful print on picture. But there are 2 of them in there, and if you like to just look at those, they're nice. Anything else?
Well, you have all kinds of other stuff you can.
Yeah.
We're going to also visit Perugia. We're going to visit there in Perugia. We're going to visit our blessed, a Dominican lay woman.
Clara. I mean,
No, that's Gambacora. We're going to be visiting. We're going to be visiting in Perugia. Oh, she didn't. We're going to be visiting Marie Mancini in Perugia, and we're also going to be going to Castello. So we're going to be visiting St. Margaret there in Castello. We're also visiting Siena. So we'll be seeing St. Catherine of Siena. We're going to go to Florence as well.
Oh my God.
And we're going to see Fra Angelico's paintings, San Marco. We're also going to Prato. Now that is St. Catherine de' Ricci. So we're going to visit St. Catherine de' Ricci. And then finally we're going to Milan and leaving from Milan. And we'll be visiting there St. Ambrose and our Dominican St. Peter Martyr. All right, and St. Peter Martyr was so important in our Dominican laity the history of our Dominican laity. So there's too much to really talk about, but we're going to see about 6 or 7 Dominican saints and blesseds related to our order,
Wow. we have
all
a-
throughout Italy. And we're going to places that you have not heard about, and we're going to be going to places that you probably won't get to in another pilgrimage, all right? And it's the Jubilee year, so that means that we're going to be in Rome during the time when the Pope is celebrating associations of the faithful. That's us. So we're going to be there the exact weekend, that Saturday, when the Pope is going to be celebrating our Dominican laity. All right, and Franciscan laity, and Carmelite laity, and every lay organization. So we're going to be there for a wonderful day on Saturday. Okay, so that means we're going to meet the Master General, and we're going to be meeting the associates for the laity there in Rome. So we're going to have a wonderful time. I tried talking them into having a conference of Dominican laity around the world, but they had problems with that because there aren't too many places that can host people. Host hundreds of people. So, but they'll be hosting us, all right? So we'll be going to visit them. I brought to you all of the brochures that I got because I wanted to make sure that you could give them to your chapter members. And also that you can save up for it. It's not cheap, okay? But you have a year to save up for it, okay? It's $6,000 or 5999. That's what it says in there, okay? You got it. So take as many as you want for your chapter members and then take more for your parishes. Because I want this also to be for people who are interested in Dominican laity but who aren't Dominican laity yet. I have many brochures here, and so I'm going to bring them into the library so that you can take them, okay? That also gets you into the store so you can look around too, okay?
This is from Seattle.
That's
Not
right.
from New York.
So it does say from Seattle, and the other provinces are invited to contact the tour leader, whose name is Belle, as at the bottom of the brochure. If you tell her where you're flying out from, she'll give you the cost. It'll probably be the same amount, since flights from anywhere to Italy are probably around the same amount. Okay? Yes?
Is there a limit to the number of people who can go?
Yeah, the first 40. Okay? So get on board. Okay? So the first 40 people.
40 people are going out of the whole trip?
Yeah, 40 people. So we got, this is important.
So sign up now.
Yeah, we're going to be going to we're going to figure out what to do on that Saturday.
The reason why I ask is if people are bringing their flags.
Yeah, that would be
So
everyone.
that final day. So this is where
Set up.
And do all of you know where the shrine? Do all of you know where St. Luke's image of the Blessed Virgin Mary is in Rome that the Dominican nuns have a hold of? That image, which is very famous, we're going to visit there as well, okay? And they also have the left hand of St. Catherine of Siena there. So we'll be visiting Catherine all over the place, okay? All right, so this is very exciting. And then I have these posters, all right? I only have about 10 posters, okay? So the posters are going to be important if you want to hang them up at your parish. But if you're not going to hang it up at your parish, don't take a poster, okay? But do take a poster if you want to do that and bring more people from your parish to Italy. The other thing, okay, this is very exciting. The other thing is I'm actually doing another pilgrimage, and it's a day later. I'm crazy. Okay, so I'm doing a pilgrimage. This ends on June 15th. My next pilgrimage starts June 17th. And so I'm doing another pilgrimage for another 12 days. I'll be there for a bit of June. And so if this pilgrimage fills up, then let me know, and I'll get you on the next pilgrimage that I'm doing. All right? That pilgrimage is for those art historians who want to go and look at all the art, because I'm doing it with a professor of art history. And she's fantastic. She's at SPU, that's Seattle Pacific University, and her name is escaping me right now. But she's an amazing woman, and she's a convert to Catholicism. All right. So this will be also a wonderful pilgrimage. If you can't get on this one, then look to me, and we'll get you on the next one. Okay, which is 2 days later.
Where's the art going?
So that one is going to stay in Rome and Assisi. So those 2 places. We're going to miss Assisi in this one because we're doing the Dominican Blesseds and Saints. But if you want Assisi, then the next one will be one you want to do. All right?
Do you have a digital version of that poster?
Yes, if you actually scan this,
Oh, okay.
yeah, then you can bring it up. Yeah.
Scan it.
Are there digital versions of the pamphlet?
Yes.
Also scan, okay.
Scan this and yeah. All right, yeah.
I've been looking at a lot of tours lately, and actually 6,000 is about the going.
Yes. Yeah, this isn't.
It's not outrageous.
This isn't outrageous, but it's a lot. So you just gotta save up now. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to let you know. Okay.
Does that
Right.
include
Yeah,
airfare from the West Coast?
Yeah, it includes the flight from Seattle. So if you're going from Seattle, it pretty much will cover you from anywhere. Yeah.
Mick is right, because the Steve Ray trip to Holy Land is now 10,000. So this is a bargain.
10.
Well, that also includes armed guards.
Are they opening all those doors or just that?
Yes.
They're opening all of them incrementally. I think they start with, so by the end of January, all of them will be opened. And then they close, I think, also incrementally too. But by the time we're there in June, all of them will be open. That means all the main pilgrimage churches will be open.
Does
Okay.
everybody know what that means, the Holy Doors?
Yeah.
So there's a holy door for Rome in the Vatican that is only opened on the Jubilee years. And so it's the indulgence that you get for going through it, praying for the Pope, and praying there.
I have a picture of Roger going through a Jubilee door at Saint Dominic's. in San
Yes,
Francisco.
yes, actually, and Saint Dominican San Francisco actually has a Jubilee going on this year for the 150th. So if you want to go up, and that's in San Francisco, so that's pretty close, right? And of course, our St. Thomas Aquinas Jubilee is going on, and so that's one of the reasons for the regional meetings, is so that you can apply for that indulgence by going to the regional meeting and praying to St. Thomas.
There's an indulgence associated with this, correct?
Yes, of course, because you're going to Rome, you're going to Jubilee. So, yeah. All right. So drum up excitement into your chapters, and obviously it sounds like there's excitement here. So sign up soon. All right.
Of course, when you're getting an indulgence, what's 6,000 bucks? I'm just kidding.
Yes. That was Tetzel talking.
That's Tetzel
Tetzel
talking.
talking. All right.
That's Luther's response.
All right. So I have questions. Yeah.
Should we just hold the LPC meeting?
Yes. All right. LPC and
We'll
Rome.
save a year's worth of money and
That's right.
use it for the next
We're gonna bump up those assessments.
All right.
one. You're hired.
Can I ask one more?
And the other thing is, I have some cards here, so please take as many as you like up here. And one of them is wonderful. It's Saint Mark. Okay, and so you look at his life, and you'll see an amazing life here. Look, he was a doctor, but there's a huge story behind that. So yeah, come and see.
Excellent, Father. Thank you.
Yes.
That was great. We have a little extra time.
Oh, is there another question?
Oh, I'm sorry, Carolyn.
I had some people in a gift shop asking me if we're gonna have the blessed water and if we're
Yes.
gonna bless different objects they purchased.
Thank you. Yes, and that'll happen at the end, right before the adjournment of the LPC. So right before 5:30.
Today?
Yeah. So where it says we're having Vespers here, I think. So after the Vespers, it says a blessing. So that's where that is in the agenda, that blessing part.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So if you want to get your spray
So,
water,
yeah.
holy water, that's when they'll bless.
And your rosaries and scapulars and other things like that.
Father,
Yeah.
I don't understand, you mean just go on the holy water, correct?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm not doing the St. Vincent water or St. Peter Martyr water. No, just holy water, yeah.
Okay, making sure, I wasn't,
They just have little spray bottles at the store.
Anybody else?
Around spray.
Father, are you leading the road pilgrim, both pilgrims?
I'm leading both.
Both, okay.
wow.
Yes.
Are you
What I-
alone with the first
So,
one?
what I'd like to do with regards to the pilgrimage, and this would be the Dominican Shrine one. What I'd like to do is, I'd like to find out who might be interested in talking about the Dominican Blessed that we're going to visit, and then, researching it over the year, and then giving a short talk about the Blessed when we're there. So Lucy of Narni, you might not know about her, but she's really amazing. You read what's in Mary Jean Dorsey's book, and you think, this woman's, wow, we should know a lot more about her. Because you realize she had stigmata, she had ecstasies from Thursday to Sunday, going through the Passion. People went to the show, they paid money for tickets and things like that. And then the amazing thing happened. It stopped. And then people were like, is this real? What happened? And her community turned against her. And then at the end of her life, it came back. So you think you have it bad when the stigmata starts. You'll only just wait until it stops. Okay? So that's Lucy of Narni. That's an amazing life. Okay? And that's just a little bit you get from the 2 pages on Mary Jean Dorsey's biography, which I recommend to everyone in St. Dominic's
Can
family.
we get a discount for this report?
But no, you get an extra indulgence. How's that? So we're going to be visiting a lot of lay Dominican saints, blesseds, and venerables. All right, we're going to be visiting in Florence. We're going to be visiting the grave of venerable, who's in the Minerva, and so we're going to be like, oh, that's a beautiful tomb. Well, that's a Dominican lay venerable. Oh, I remember who was in Orvieto. But no, not in Perugia. See, I remember who was in Perugia. Well, I'll give the name to you, okay? But we're going to be visiting someone in the Minerva, and she's a venerable. So she's really important. But you wouldn't really know that by looking at the tomb and thinking, well, this is by Bernini. Wow. But who is it? It doesn't matter. No, we're going to get the report. And so this is what I hope to do. I'll be leading, and we'll be like, this is the history, the context, and all that. But I'd like you to really sort of do a deep dive for those who are going along. And then have that person sort of as your companion along the journey, right? In the pilgrimage, you're going to be researching this person, but hopefully you get to know them, right? And so that's the other reason. You're going to be talking about someone that that you found out about, and you're going to be walking with them during the pilgrimage. So that's one of the things I'd like to do during this pilgrimage. But as the people sign up, we're going to be talking and discussing and finding out more about what we can do during the time. Okay?
Very good. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is officers' reports. We have a little time. We're way ahead of schedule. Not way ahead, but lunch is at 12:30. Take some time presently to discuss some of these things, and the LIPC will come up and I'll help you with it. It's
So I was nominated 2 years ago,
right.
and I accepted, and then y'all elected me to be the DLIPC delegate, and as that was happening, I was like, what is this? And so it turns out that it is the Western Province. So I represent the Western Province. We have the Central Province, Eastern Province, Southern Province, and Canada. And they are located in Quebec. They all have these fancy French names. I don't speak French. But anyway, we meet every 18 months, but we haven't met in person yet. because it happened during COVID. So we're planning on meeting, I think, in the spring somewhere. And Canada has a brand new board, so they want us to somewhere over here in North America. Yeah, and so we hope to meet in person. We gather in order to talk about what our province is doing, really. So we share where the formation, we're working on our formation particular directory and the formation commission. And so we share those ideas, in order to grow ourselves, I think. I took notes and then I left them at home. That's convenient. It's like the dog ate your homework. So I can't remember what the other provinces talked about. And their promoters come to the meeting and the presidents come to the meeting. So it'll be good to meet. And the friar. The promoter. So that's all I can tell you.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I'm impressed. I'm thankful too. She's been a delight to work with on the DLIPC. Let's see next. Brian, do you have anything you want to report on or talk about? Yes.
It won't be very long.
Brian is our vice president.
Yes. Yeah, this is my first LPC as vice president since I was elected last year. I consider my primary duty to pray for John's good health. Yeah, one heartbeat away. But the task he gave me this year was to help Vicky on the PD commission. When he first proposed that to me, I just thought, because I couldn't tell you how long it had been since I read the PD. I'd never really read it all the way through. But once I started on it, I got really excited about it. Particularly because it made me focus or reflect on how I, as a lay Dominican, as well as my chapter, how are we living out the rule through the PD? Because we've never studied it in our chapter as long as I've been there. And I was kind of amazed, we're getting a lot of stuff right, but there were a few things I saw we need to correct. And so I did bring that to our chapter. Like in most things, you get a little pushback when I say, it's right here. And when, the chapters were tasked with reviewing and making suggestions and everything, that's really gave our group a chance to really look through it and say, okay, yeah. And, we did get a lot of pushback after that. Once you read it and see this is what we're supposed to do, okay. So I'm looking forward to continuing with that as we continue going through. But beyond that, it's been a great year. I look forward to serving you in the future.
I really appreciate that observation because, it's right there. Do you know what they call that? It's called the rule of law. When the law is objectively written down, nobody blames you for bringing it up. They blame the law. And then we objectivize human behavior. And that's kind of one of my things about the law. I get a little pinheaded about. The reality of the rule of law is that we make it objective and everybody conforms to that objective reality rather than our mere opinion of how things should go. And it creates peace in society. And there I'll drop the pin. Okay. The next thing, Alejandro, do you have anything you wish to report on?
Send me your emails, whichever emails.
Yeah.
And then make sure I know who your LPC rep is. some people are here as substitutes. If I don't already have that, please let me know, so we know who to contact, whenever we need to contact chapters.
Yes, that's very important because we, go ahead.
Yeah.
That's really important. I'm really glad you brought that up. When your officers change, you can send us, what we do is I have a master list of the prioresses in particular, and the LPC representative, and contact information, and the religious assistant for that chapter. So when you have the elections, send that to me and Alejandra, or to me, I'll make sure she gets it. Because I keep a master list, hopefully updated consistently. It's really important that you communicate that, because we're communicating constantly to those two people, whoever's the head of the chapter, whoever's the LPC rep. And we make sure that the newsletter and Alejandra has to communicate as secretary to those people. So it's important that those be updated and maintained. So when you have elections, let us know. The other thing is, when you send her the chapter email, when she sends things out, it goes directly to those who are responsible. And what you can do is, by using, let's say, you're from Boise chapter, St. Margaret Costello @gmail.com becomes your chapter email, right? You just simply change the person out every time there's a new election, correct? So your council gets it, or your prior or priors, and the LPC. That's why we want a chapter email, so those key officers are communicated constantly with. Even when you change horses, so to speak, and get a new person riding that horse, he or she is receiving the email. That's our objective, is to communicate with those responsible. Just one method of doing that. And as we grow, we're heading into 40. I think it was like less than 8 years ago we had 29. So things are changing rapidly. And we're growing, and that's a good thing. We just now have to kind of manage it differently. All right. Do you have anything else you want to say? I just want to make sure you have everybody up here has the opportunity.
Oh, well, the only thing I would recommend is if you communicate with me, please put your chapter's name.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I get a treasurer, but you're not in the list, and I don't know what chapter, and it's hard for me to decide.
Yeah, it's very difficult, and her email is down here. I have the emails on the board that would be helpful to you, and the website address in case somebody hasn't seen it. This is really vital information, and it helps us to maintain that communication that's necessary.
And if it's just a chapter, also put the city you're into. Because there are a couple St. Rose of Lima's and a couple, Frasatis and things like that.
There's now 3 St. Albert the Greats, I think, and which is great. Great.
We're in the state. We're doing everything.
I remember the saints. So the people who we're going to visit, I saw it was here all along. We're going to be visiting Columba of Rieti. All right, Columba of Rieti is in Perugia, but we're also in Florence. We're going to be visiting Vallana de Boti. All right, yes. Vallana de Boti is the one who looked in the mirror and saw someone else. Ooh. That should frighten you, right? Okay, so that's Vallana de Boti. It wasn't Jesus. Yeah, it wasn't Jesus. All right, she saw her Oscar Wilde image. All right, and then we're also going to visit Mary Bartholomew by Maisie. All right, she herself was married as a Dominican laywoman. Okay, so we're going to be visiting some wonderful people. Okay, Maria Mancina was the woman in she's in Rome in the Minerva. So she's the venerable one. So we're going to be having a wonderful time there, and so I think we're done. So
I think we are, and I think you've done a master job.
Yes.
Now I want to go.
All right.
Now it's just a saving. Anyway, let's break up. We'll start at 1:30. Please be here promptly at 1:30. Lunch is at 12:30, So start there, and we'll then in this room at 1:30 gives us plenty of time to yak about and have some talking and discuss. Again, I invite questions about what we're doing and comments from you. Please do have that. And lastly, where is our little book? We're not, yeah. Let's sing the song. The simple tone.
Salve Regina, Mater Misericordiae, Vita Dulcego, Espes nostra salve, Ate Corpus, Exules Filii Eve, Ante suspiramus, Gedentes et flentes, in hoc lacrimarum vale. Eco, Pater nostra, illos tuos, misericordes oculos, ad nos converte. Benedictum fructum ventris tui, nobis post hoc exilium ostende. O clemens, O pia, O dulcis Virgo Maria.
Dominus vobiscum.
Et cum spiritu
Oremus. Deus, qui per immaculatam Virginis conceptionem dignum filio tuo habitaculum preparasti, quesumus, ut qui ex morte iusdem filii tui previsa, eam abominabe preservasti, nos quoque mundus eius intercessione ad te pervenire concedas. Per eumdem Dominum nostrum Iesum Christum Filium tuum, qui tecum vivit et regnat in unitate Spiritus Sancti Deus, per omnia saecula saeculorum.